a trusted police ally.
Appreciate it, detective.
Found dead.
There is no more dangerous occupation than being a police informant.
It's unusual to see people shot dead on straight through the heart like that.
The perfect shot.
But what did the victim know? And why was he killed?
Jimmie says, hey, I've got some really good intel for you on a drug transaction. The next time anybody sees him, he's dead in the street.
To catch the killer, Lieutenant Joe Kenda must run down an unlikely trio of suspects and convince a terrified witness to break her silence.
Talking to the police was a no-no. Everybody's loyal to the code, and I definitely wasn't trying to be a snitch.
Homicide investigation is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to stay with it. Your bad guy is busy. He's running away, destroying evidence, concealing his involvement. He's doing all kinds of things. What are you doing? You better be doing something. There's one thing that never changes: murder. A life has been taken. Their stories are now my stories. I'm Lieutenant Joe Kenda. I've solved nearly 400 homicides. Somebody has to take control. Somebody has to look out for the victim. I never know where a case is going to lead, but I'll never stop until it's solved.
It's a gorgeous summer night in southeast Colorado Springs. And a group of young people is making the most of the warm weather.
Hey. It is a very common thing in that part of town, especially for kids to gather in the parking lot of the convenience store. You can get soft drinks, and if you're old enough, you can buy beer. It's kind of a gathering place.
For Colorado Springs police, these impromptu get-togethers often pose problems.
If they're loitering in groups, it can usually become a problem. They would turn up their music on their vehicles and start partying, and then be drinking and drug activity.
Officer Bob Peltz and his partner are on night patrol.
We observed a group loitering in front of the 7-Eleven store, so we decided to pull in, make contact with them, and let them know that they had to leave.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. You know the rules. Move it along. Let's go. Come on.
But just as the crowd starts to disperse, a shot rings out from the other side of the store.
The worst scenario always goes through your mind first, that it was a homicide that had occurred.
The officers run toward the alley. They encounter two unarmed young men and a third man lying on the ground.
Back up, guys. Back up.
170 golf. Yeah, if you could start me an ambulance to Afternoon Circle, Shelton Drive, gunshot victim.
Oh my God. It's Jimmie.
Downtown, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is putting the finishing touches on his paperwork, hoping to soon head home for the weekend.
That particular night, I was still working, even though it was 10 o'clock at night. It was 1991. We'd had a number of different murders that had occurred as a result of a high incidence of crack sales. Crack is an alkaloid of cocaine designed to attract the common man to the drug. It sells for $20 a hit, and almost anybody has $20. This became an epidemic level for a period of time in 91, and there were many shootings as a result of that activity.
Lieutenant Kenda.
Dispatch informs Kenda of the shooting at the convenience store. Looks like his workday is just getting started.
Does that mean you're going to work until midnight or you're going to work until 4? No. We're going to work until we run out of things to do. That might be 4 hours or 4 days.
Okay, I'll be right over.
Kenda arrives to find the crime scene awash in police lights and curious onlookers.
There are housing units all around this area, some of them quite large. There's a lot of pedestrians on the street. There's a lot of people in cars. When you are talking about hot summer nights in an area of town where air conditioning is not commonly available, tempers flare. Heat causes anxiety. People tend to drink alcohol to break the feeling of the heat. Alcohol brings emotion to the surface. These are all very negative things when you're talking about people who live together in groups. It is much busier for the police on a hot summer night than it is on a cold winter's night. People are more likely to get themselves into a jam because of the weather conditions.
How you doing?
Good, LT.
So what do we got?
Had one victim, found him right down the road.
Do you have an ID on him?
It was Jimmie Stevenson.
I know Jimmie Stevenson.
For years, Jimmie Stevenson had been one of Kenda's most valuable informants.
So what do you got for us, Jimmy? Anything new?
You know, there's a few people slanging out east, you know, and...
Full sugars, no cream.
Oh, appreciate it, Detective.
Jimmie Stevenson is someone who has contacted the police on numerous occasions, offering information on a crime that has taken place.
Sometimes his information was good, sometimes it wasn't, but he was reliable enough.
The existence and the use of police informants can be critical in certain kinds of cases.
A lot of times, those relationships actually become friendships, because you're not going to tell a cop something if you don't like him and you don't trust him.
Jimmie is a guy with a minor criminal history. He's not anything that you would consider to be a super bad guy. Jimmie has trouble holding his life together. Financially, he's in not the best shape. He was just a guy trying to make it and not doing very well at it. And I thought, you know, Jimmie, how did it come to this?
It's Jimmie's relationship with police that provides Kenda with a possible motive.
There is no more dangerous occupation than being a police informant. Snitching, as it's referred to on the street, is something that is frowned upon to the point of the threat of death.
Let's take a look.
Kenda starts his investigation at square one, the spot where Jimmie's body was found, and the pool of blood left behind.
We have a very limited crime scene. There is one expended 9mm casing in the street. There is nothing else. There are no skid marks, no tire marks, no evidence of any other kind.
How many gunshot wounds?
Hospital said just one. We found one casing. They said it was right through the heart.
What's more, there's no evidence to suggest the killer pulled the trigger more than once.
In a case of a rage-filled murder, you generally have multiple gunshots directed at the victim. In this case, we have a single bullet fired at this guy from relatively close. Perfect shot. You can shoot people in the chest a lot and not kill them, but not this time. There couldn't have been a more fatal location for this round. So you're either dealing with an expert marksman or somebody who's just lucky.
Perhaps it was just luck. But is it possible that Jimmie was taken out by a hired gun?
Is there an exit wound?
Just one in the back.
We have an exit wound, which means we have a bullet somewhere, we don't know where. When bullets enter a human body, they do so on a straight path fired from a gun barrel. But when they encounter resistance, human flesh, bone, they begin to yaw. They are no longer traveling in a straight flight path. They are turning.
All right, I need everybody to spread out. Slug's got to be in this area somewhere.
Kenda's best bet is to recover the single 9mm bullet that penetrated Jimmie's heart, and hopefully match it to a murder weapon.
Lieutenant, I think I found something.
What is it?
It looks like a bullet hole.
We find a perfect mark in a fence that shows a bullet passing through it sideways, one that has already passed through something before it hit the fence. We check the yard immediately behind the fence, and we recover a 9mm slug from the ground. This is our murder round. So now we have a ballistic possibility if we can recover a weapon.
Pels, anyone see anything unusual tonight?
Kenda gathers the on-duty patrol officers to see if they spotted anything prior to the shooting.
Didn't you say you saw Jimmie earlier?
Yeah, when we were running the regulars out down by the phone booth.
One patrol officer tells Kenda that 2 hours before the murder, he and his partner encountered Jimmie and a group of teenagers hanging out in the same convenience store parking lot.
These two officers approached this group, told them they were loitering and they were going to have to leave.
Go home. You need to move on, all right?
Hey, man, I got some info for you.
Hey, Jimmy, I understand that, but now we've got a good time.
It's a real deal.
Jimmie says, hey, I've got some really good intel for you on a drug transaction. And they said, Jimmie, we don't have time for this right now. Look us up in a little while. We're going to be here till midnight. Okay, man. Well, you stay out of trouble, all right? And then off he goes.
What intel did Jimmie have that might have gotten him killed? According to the officer, at that point, Jimmie and the rest of the crowd dispersed. But a man in a black car and a teenage girl by the payphone stayed put.
You're supposed to go.
Can you not hear?
What?
She was standing by the phone, and she said, well, I'm waiting for a phone call.
You look at the dynamics of that event, and you think, okay, that's why they won't leave, because he's got a drug transaction coming up, and the cops are interfering with that.
Waiting on a call.
Yes.
Can you not read? It says no incoming calls.
Her response to that is, well, I can't read.
So they told her she had to leave. She got upset with them and exchanged some rude remarks to the officers.
Telling them where they could put it and where they could go, and that they needed to get off her case, that she hadn't done anything wrong, in much more colorful language than that.
This is obviously going downhill quickly.
Move along.
So he says, hey, had two choices, leave or go to jail.
But as the black car drove off, the officers noticed something ominous.
The vehicle that he was driving had a license plate called Kingpin.
Somebody goes to the trouble of paying extra money for a license plate that reads Kingpin, speaks to the personality of the owner. Who is he? More importantly, who does he think he is? The word Kingpin is most commonly associated with the drug world, the kingpin dealer and all that sort of business. Is this that obvious?
A license plate that says Kingpin, in my opinion, would probably indicate that this person is involved in drug activities.
If this Kingpin character is dealing drugs, could he have murdered Jimmie to prevent him from snitching?
Kingpin, yes.
Yeah, one word just like it sounds?
Yes, one word.
When you buy personalized plates in Colorado, as is true in every state, there's only one ever issued with that name.
Hey, did you run a tag for me? Colorado Vandy plate, Kingpin, one word just like it sounds.
Dispatch tells Kenda that the Kingpin plate is registered to 17-year-old Marlon King.
10-4, Kenda out. I'm gonna need you guys to canvass these apartments. We're gonna pay Mr. Kingpin a visit.
Yes, sir.
Though the crime happened in one of Colorado Springs' rougher neighborhoods, Marlon King, aka Kingpin, lives in the suburbs with his mother. Not the kind of place a bona fide drug dealer normally calls home.
Kingpin. Mrs. King?
Yes, can I help you, officers?
We need to speak to your son. He was loitering at the convenience store earlier tonight.
Sure, come in. Marlon! I told you about hanging out with those guys.
She lights into it. I've told you not to hang around with those people. I told you not to go down there.
Even though he's just been chewed out by his mommy, Marlon King maintains his tough guy front.
Now you guys want to harass me at the parking lot, now you want to take it to my house.
Listen, I don't give a damn how you spend your Friday nights. This is a homicide investigation.
Homicide.
When he understands the reason we're there about a murder and not about a loitering complaint, he gets pretty nervous.
Why were you and that girl so insistent on staying at the convenience store earlier tonight?
Who, Shell? Hey, that girl wanted to stay, man. That girl is crazy.
Marlon says that after his friend Shell argued with police, he dropped her off at a club and came home in time for the curfew his mother gave him.
He went home before that murder ever happened. He doesn't know anything about anything.
Is young Marlon King a killer? Kenda doesn't think so.
He lives with his mother. He lives in a suburban neighborhood. He has no criminal history. This guy, Kingpin, may have the plate Kingpin, but nothing about his lifestyle indicates he's anywhere close to that. He is a wannabe hang-around kind of guy, but he's not a criminal.
If you hear anything at all, you make sure you let us know.
Yes, sir.
We sure will.
I'm sorry to disturb you, ma'am.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
With Marlon King ruled out, Kenda is no closer to catching Jimmie Stevenson's killer. He returns to the crime scene to see if police found any witnesses in the surrounding apartments.
Lieutenant.
What is it?
We found an apartment manager. She says she saw something looked a little suspicious.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I saw two guys getting some guns out of the car.
She says that she sees earlier that day 2 people moving guns out of a car and taking them into an apartment.
Did you know either one of them?
Never seen them before.
I appreciate your help. Let's get a couple more guys together and go check it out.
Could these gunmen have been the ones Jimmie was about to snitch on? Kenda gathers his men outside the apartment in question. Entering the building, they're preparing for the worst.
That area was a high-risk area for gang activity, street crime, drug sales, and the like. When you're about to make an entry in the middle of the night in a bad part of town with people you think have guns, a lot goes through your mind as that door is starting to open. Is this going to be gunfire? Because if it is, it's going to happen right now. So at this point in this investigation, we know that our victim, Jimmie Stevenson, has cooperated with the police on many occasions. We also know that people take a very dim view of that. There could be any number of people seeking revenge against him for being a police informant.
After eliminating Marlon King, aka Kingpin, as a suspect, Lieutenant Joe Kenda turns his attention to the residents of apartment 4B, who were seen unloading guns from the back of their vehicle earlier that day.
You pay attention when you knock on doors. We're investigating a killing involving a bunch of street people, a lot of whom are well-experienced criminals.
How can I help you?
We got reports that someone was bringing guns into this apartment earlier.
Yeah, those were my guns.
You want to tell me about that?
Yeah, I had them in my trunk and I just brought them inside.
You mind if we come in and look around?
No, no problem.
You guys step inside and have a seat.
Kenda and his team are hoping to find a 9mm handgun, like the one used to kill Jimmie Stevenson.
So why were the guns in your car?
Me and my buddy went to go shoot earlier out in the county.
What kind of guns are they?
I have a double-barrel shotgun and a couple assault rifles.
Just long guns.
They are shotguns, not handguns. We certainly have nothing to connect it to the crime.
But Kenda suspects the couple knows more than they're letting on.
You know, if you know something about this, you don't tell me, that's hindering an investigation. I can throw you both in jail. I can also run the registrations on those guns.
Oh, well, I do know something.
What is it?
Well, I got a call earlier from a friend. Hello? What's wrong? Tell me what's going on.
This woman had told her that she was at the scene of the shooting and saw the whole thing.
And I tried to get information from her. She got scared and she hung up.
What's her full name?
Ebony Jones.
Do you know where she lives?
She lives upstairs.
Armed with this new information, Kenda moves one flight up.
I had actually gotten in the bed, turned the lights on. I looked out of the peephole and I saw 2 detectives with ties on and suits.
Miss Jones, it's the police. We need to speak to you.
I was tempted to not answer the door. I wasn't going to.
Miss Jones?
Can I help you?
We need to come in and talk to you for a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I lived in that neighborhood, and I know for a fact that there were several people that ended up dead. There was killings all the time. It was kind of a rough neighborhood. It's like where we were, it was the haves and the have-nots. And this particular side of town had more have-nots. And that area was shaky ground. I mean, you just had to watch your back. You didn't see anything. You didn't tell anything. Police off limits.
Jones, you didn't happen to see something tonight that maybe you weren't supposed to?
What kind of something?
I think you know exactly what I mean.
Nope.
No idea.
No.
Does that guy look familiar?
No.
Then they pulled out the picture of Jimmie lying in a pool of blood in the middle of the street.
But you were at the convenience store when the shooting happened?
Yeah.
Ebony tells Kenda she was hanging out in the parking lot with friends when she heard the gunshot and ran away.
I ran just like everybody else.
Ebony swears that's all she saw, but Kenda and his men aren't satisfied.
I think they saw that I knew more, and they kept telling me, you know more than you're saying.
We knew or realized or sensed that she was fearful for her own safety and also for the fact that she doesn't want to be an informant.
Talking to the police was a no-no. To snitch means that you could be putting your life out there.
We got a report that you made a phone call claiming you saw this shooting.
I don't know why you would think that.
Here we are doing this interview, and we have no bullets in our gun. We believe in our heart that she has critical information, but we also know in our head that we can't force it out of her.
All right, we're gonna leave now, but I don't suggest you go anywhere.
You want to let her stew in it for a while? Sometimes your mind is your own worst enemy.
I knew they were coming back because the last thing that they said is, you better not leave, don't go anywhere. Oh, I knew they'd come back.
With Ebony Jones on the back burner, Kenda is left wondering about the final tip Jimmie Stevenson was trying to give police.
It's real big.
He heads to the hospital to speak with Jimmie's family, hoping they can lead him to a suspect.
Mr. and Mrs. Stevenson, I'm Detective Kenda. I'm very sorry for your loss. I knew Jimmie quite well. Do you think of anyone that might have done something like this to Jimmie?
We talked to Jimmie Stevenson's family, his mom and his dad. They are extremely distraught, and they are just dumbstruck by the fact that he's a victim of a violent crime. Who would want to hurt Jimmie, they say. Well, that's a $64 question at the moment. We then asked his sister, Stephanie Riley, if she saw anything.
Yes, in fact, I drove in the neighborhood tonight.
Stephanie says that just after the murder, she jumped in her car and scoured the neighborhood.
His sister was just devastated by this. So she began her own investigation.
Not long after Stephanie started looking for clues, she encountered one, head on.
She was almost run off the road by a white Chevy Monte Carlo.
The driver of the Monte Carlo had a message for Stephanie.
I killed that mother.
And those were his exact words?
Yes.
And that happened tonight?
Yes.
Who is it?
A guy named Barney Davis.
For Kenda and his men, Barney Davis needs no introduction.
He's a person who I would describe as someone who's been a career criminal.
He is a drug dealer. He carries a gun. He is, in reality, a one-man crime wave. If he is awake, he's doing something that's criminal. He's very capable of violence and has demonstrated that in the past. Could he have killed Jimmie Stevenson? Without a doubt. So we have the murder of Jimmie Stevenson, who is a known informant. His sister, Stephanie Riley, believes that Barney Davis is responsible and goes so far as to say that she's been run off the road with him screaming at her that he killed the mother.
You think Barney did this?
Yes.
And why would you say that?
Jimmie was a witness to a shooting involving Barney.
Stephanie explains that a few months back, Jimmie saw something suspicious outside of a nightclub. Jimmie later told police that he'd testify to what he saw. And according to Stephanie, since then, Barney Davis has been doing everything in his power to prevent Jimmie from doing so.
Hey, yo, Jimmie, man, get in the car. I gotta holler at you, man. I know you can hear me, man. Get in the car. I just gotta talk to you for a second. Hey, man, you can't hide forever, Jimmie. I'ma get you.
Well, I appreciate the help. Again, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Stephanie's statement instantly propels Barney Davis to the top of Kenda's list of potential suspects.
If a person who is supposed to testify in an upcoming case winds up dying before their testimony, gee, you think that's gonna focus on some connection to the person against whom they were going to testify?
Kenda needs to pinpoint Barney Davis's whereabouts at the time of the murder. But figuring that out won't be easy.
We did not bother to speak to Barney Davis because if you do, somewhere between the Barney and the Davis, he tells you to drop dead. So there's no point in talking to him about anything.
Instead, Kenda asks his men to see if Barney had any run-ins with local law enforcement around the time of the crime. In doing so, he makes a crucial discovery.
Lieutenant,
Come in.
you're not gonna believe this.
What is it?
The Barney kid, he was being arrested at the same time of crime.
He was involved in a criminal event and was being arrested at the time that Jimmie Stevenson was murdered. So his other crimes wind up alibying him out of a murder, which gives you some drift of who he is.
All right, thank you.
Not only can Kenda rule out Barney Davis as a suspect, he realizes that Jimmie's sister couldn't have seen Barney after the murder.
It's not unusual for witnesses who are under stress to provide authorities with misinformation. Sometimes they're just not right.
They probably think they're going to make the detective's job easier because maybe in their mind they really believe that's the person that did it.
The next morning, Kenda pays Stephanie another visit.
Stephanie, we know that Barney Davis had nothing to do with your brother's death. We also know that you weren't entirely truthful with us yesterday.
We explain that we understand clearly that you're very distressed about the loss of your brother. However, you know and we know that Barney Davis is not responsible for this crime.
I mean, are you sure? He harassed my brother.
There's no way Barney Davis was involved, as he was being arrested for another crime at the time of your brother's death.
She was exaggerating her investigative leads in order to make herself certain that we'd do our jobs, that we would pursue her brother's killers.
I could have gotten confused yesterday.
Thank you, Miss Riley. We will continue to investigate the death of your brother, and I assure you we will arrest the people responsible.
We will find out who killed your brother.
Thank you.
We'll let ourselves out.
That promise weighs heavily on Kenda, especially with no murder weapon, no credible suspects, and no idea who Jimmie was about to snitch on just before he was killed.
You always go through these emotional ups and downs in murder cases, and it's the most maddening part of the job. Everything looks so good, it's all of a sudden so bad. Everything looks like it's coming to a close, and you're back at square one again. It is the nature of it. And you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and maintain your resolve.
Shortly after returning to headquarters, Kenda gets a break in the case.
Homicide, this is Kenda.
Hi, Detective Kenda. Last night, detectives came to my house in regards to a shooting. And I didn't know anything about it last night, but this morning, my daughter, she kind of insinuated that she knew who killed him.
She says her daughter has information about this case. Her daughter is 15 years old. She's very concerned that some harm might come to her daughter by talking to the police. We assure her we will not identify her.
She knows who did it?
Well, she knows because she knows the girl from the neighborhood.
Are you positive she said it was a female?
Now, this is the first time we have anybody saying who might be responsible for this. And what makes it most unusual is she says a woman is. Well, my.
For exclusive footage, go to investigationdiscovery.com.
Our investigation into the Jimmie Stevenson murder has led us to a 15-year-old girl, and she says she knows who killed him.
But in a surprising twist, the young witness believes the shooter was a woman.
Now, most commonly men kill. It is uncommon when women kill, but they certainly do. So I was a little bit surprised that when our witness said, no, it's a woman, but only a little bit. I've arrested other women for murder. You consider those facts and you think, okay, Jimmie's an informant. Did he ever inform against a woman who used a gun in the past? The answer is no.
Thank you. This is a very brave thing you're doing. And I give you my word, I'll keep your name out of it. I just need you to tell me what you know.
Well, there's this rumor that 3 girls killed the man.
The girl tells Kenda she heard that Jimmie's shooter was her friend, Michelle Salazar, and that twin sisters Shonda and Shanice Banks were also involved.
They claim to be affiliates of the Watergate Crips, which is a local street gang in that neighborhood named after a Los Angeles street gang. You have to understand that a lot of these kids that claim gang affiliation, an actual member of a gang is more cautious in using violence because they understand the consequences of arrest. They think more clearly than some 17-year-old nitwit who doesn't understand any of this, really, just believes that they do. So therefore, in my opinion, they're more dangerous than the actual gang member is.
Tell me about this Michelle Salazar. She's a friend of yours?
We used to be.
Well, Michelle is hot-headed, and Michelle this and Michelle that.
They said that Shell shot him.
What'd you call her?
Shell, that's what she goes by.
Shell? That girl's crazy.
And I see it. That's the girl out of the black car that's at the convenience store before Jimmie Stevenson is shot down in the street. So this is all starting to gel a little bit.
According to the girl, word on the street is that Jimmie owed money to the Banks twins.
Jimmie appeared to kind of always owe some people some money.
This girl only hears this information that these 3 girls are involved in this murder. She is extremely confident that that rumor is correct.
How were you so sure that that's what happened?
The girl tells Kenda that on the day of the murder, she and Michelle Salazar got into an argument at school. That afternoon, Michelle and the twins stopped by her house to send her a message.
Come on, bitch, you wanna fight? Come on, what? Why are you so scared? Why are you hiding?
On the day of the murder, Michelle Salazar calls out this girl.
You can talk, but you can come out. Come on.
In the language of the street, that means that Michelle is challenging this juvenile to a fight.
Your mama don't on us. Come on, let's get out. Come on. I don't give a if you're hiding. I can shoot you from over here.
The girl is going to get involved in it until she realizes that Michelle has a gun.
Your mama's not gonna protect you. Why are you running from us? Come on, come out.
The girl says the twins each had .357s, and Michelle had a 9mm handgun. Michelle's 9mm is the same caliber as the weapon used to kill Jimmie Stevenson.
Well, thank you again for your help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kenda may be one step closer to catching his killer, but without corroborating evidence, his hands are still tied.
The information that she provides is not sufficient for a warrant because it's hearsay.
What Kenda needs to make his case is a bona fide eyewitness, and he knows just who to call.
We believe that Ebony Jones has a lot of knowledge about this case. The trick will be getting her to provide it. She is fearful of these people with good reason. She watched them kill somebody.
Ebony! Ebony!
You had to really make sure that you watched your back and, I tried to stay just neutral with everybody. I never crossed people, not even over $1, because I knew that I was dealing with street people that were streetwise and they didn't mind hurting you.
Ebony, open the door. We know you're in there. Open the door.
Thankfully, Kenda has taken the precaution of bringing the landlord along.
Wait out here, please. Ebony! We know you were at the scene of the crime.
don't know anything. I didn't see anything.
They said to me, we know that there was a confrontation that happened and that you saw this happening.
We believe you have knowledge of this, and we want to know what it is. And we're tired of asking you this.
Come on, you're coming with us.
Talking to the police, I did not want to. You're on the side of town where everybody's loyal to the code, and I definitely wasn't trying to be a snitch.
But Kenda isn't taking no for an answer. And Ebony eventually agrees to cooperate. At the station, Ebony is escorted into the interrogation room.
The purpose of taking someone in for an interview is to take them away from their comfort zone. If they're in their own house or in their own neighborhood even, it's comfortable ground. Bring them to our ground.
When I got there, I thought we were just gonna sit in the front room and talk about it, and that's it. And they kept opening doors, and we kept going further and further back. I was terrified.
She watches us go through 6 locked doors to get to an interrogation room. She is now psychologically aware there are 6 doors between her and sunshine.
All right, Ebony, no more games. You know something about this you don't tell us? We're gonna charge you as an accessory to this murder.
Unless you want to get arrested for being an accessory to first-degree murder, you better start talking to me, and you better start telling me what's up.
And he said, we're fully prepared to arrest you and charge you. And it's going to be the same thing as if you were a part of the murder. So, you know, basically what he's saying is, you tell the truth or this is it.
Okay, I saw what happened, but you can't make me go up in court and testify in front of everyone. They will kill me.
Listen, we can protect you. If we need to move you somewhere, we'll pay for it. We'll make sure that you're safe.
And that was basically the turning point. I talked, and I kept talking. I didn't stop talking.
I've got a good idea who's responsible for the death of Jimmie Stevenson. But our eyewitness, Ebony Jones, is withholding information.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda has just told Ebony that if she doesn't tell him who shot Jimmie, he'll charge her with his murder.
We had very little information to lock her up or throw her in jail for anything. She wasn't aware of that, so we said, we have good information. We can charge you as a conspiracy to murder. It's all about eliciting information from her and doing what's necessary to gain it, because we believe that she knew what she was talking about, and she did.
I had big concerns for my own safety. I remember hearing about several people that were shot for talking to police.
We explained that we can protect her. We even offer to move her into another apartment so that she has a different place to live. And that seems to calm her to some degree. After we explain we will do this for her, she tells us what she knows.
We'll make sure that you're safe. Just tell us what you saw.
The twins, they're drug dealers. They fronted him like $40 and he never paid up.
Here comes Jimmie.
What's up, ladies?
Where's the $40?
40. Oh, yeah. I got y'all Friday.
You don't have $40? You can't come up with $40?
I got it for you Friday. You know I got bills to pay. I got expenses, girl. I got you Friday, all right? Y'all know it.
Friday.
Friday. I got y'all. You know I got the money.
I'm not kidding.
It's none of that.
I'll shoot your ass. I don't give a I'll shoot you.
I got you. I'm paying y'all, all right? Don't worry about it.
Sorry, mother.
You got to keep in mind that in that world, $40 is a lot of money. Will they kill for that? Yeah, they will. Because they don't want to lose another $40 to the next guy that rips them off. It's a totally different culture that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But it is the culture. You do not offend me, you do not steal from me, or I will shoot you. The value of what you take from me is meaningless. The fact that you took it is the problem. So I clearly understand that $40 is all the motive required. It's a theft. You don't tolerate that. Plus, in the juvenile mind, there's no consequences to behavior.
We were just gonna go to someone's house and drink and just have a good time.
Ebony says that she occasionally hung out with Michelle Salazar and twin sisters Shonda and Shanice Banks.
What we usually did would go to one of the friends' home, and we would just drink beer, have a good time, and kick it. I had no idea whatsoever what was going to happen that night.
On the drive over, Ebony rode with one of the twins, Shonda. Michelle and the other twin, Shanice, were riding in the car in front of them. A few minutes later, Michelle and Shanice suddenly pulled over.
Wait, why are we stopping?
That mother.
They see Jimmie walking down the street. There's nobody around. There's nobody on the street.
Where's our money, Jimmie? Where's the $40?
I don't have it right now.
It's already Friday.
Look, Liz, I'm gonna have it for you. You know I'm good for it. I just don't have
Rip them off.
I just don't have it right now.
You can't come
You'll
up with
get the
$40?
He kept saying, I don't have anything, I don't have anything. When? I want my money now, was what was being said. Right now.
With the wrong girls.
Look. I promise you. I'll pay you. I
don't
promise.
give a
Michelle is really agitated and is ranting and calling him names. She's threatening him, we're gonna shoot your ass and all this other stuff. And the twins aren't saying much more than we want the money back.
Time's up.
And then all of a sudden, guns came out. Jimmie really was freaking out. I could see him didn't know what to do, whether he should run or whether he should stay there.
Promise you, you'll get the money. Just give me a little more time, ladies.
She says she watches Michelle point the gun, holding the gun with both hands. She describes that as saying she looked like she really knew what she was doing.
I saw him dropping in slow motion to the ground. Then he fell face down. And I just started running as fast as I could.
Jimmie was dead within moments.
In this case, it was a lucky shot. It was a lucky shot. I don't think little Miss Michelle had been out doing any target practice.
She's not an expert marksman. She's just got a gun in her hand. She pulls the trigger because she's angry. It's more, I'm gonna scare him, and she scared him to death.
It was really an awful thing to see. You can't get blood from a turnip. You can't make it give you what it doesn't have. No way is it reasonable. The whole thing was senseless and stupid. The whole thing, over $40.
With Ebony Jones's statement in tow, Kenda finally has the evidence he needs to file charges against Michelle Salazar and the Banks twins.
We write 3 warrants for first-degree murder, and we plan to arrest them.
But no sooner does Kenda have his hands on the arrest warrants, the case takes an unexpected turn.
Lieutenant Kenda.
All 3 of those girls did turn themselves in as soon as they heard there were warrants out. They were all 17 at the time, and I think they did definitely try to play the minor card. I'm 17, I'm a juvenile, you can't charge me as an adult.
They make no statement. They're arrested for first-degree murder and placed in juvenile detention. However, because of the nature of the violence of this case, that a deadly weapon was used, and these people are 17 years old, they're not 12, we approached the district attorney, and the district attorney agrees to charge these people as adults.
Shanice Banks pleads guilty to conspiracy to distribute cocaine and is sentenced to 8 years probation. Shanice's sister Shonda takes her chances at trial. Prosecutors are unable to prove Shonda had prior knowledge of the crime. She is acquitted on all counts. Michelle Salazar doesn't get off quite so easily. As the trigger woman, she is convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 20 years in prison. For Ebony Jones, her decision to tell the truth went against everything she learned on the street.
Eventually, I did the right thing. first, I didn't think it. Like I said, I was young and dumb and crazy. But I did the right thing. I know I did.
Though Ebony doesn't regret informing on her friends, for years, the murder of Jimmie Stevenson weighed heavily in her mind.
For a long time, I thought about this. For a long time, what happened haunted me. But I was just on a mission to change my life and get it all behind me.
In exchange for her cooperation in the case, Ebony was relocated to a new city where she was able to start over with a clean slate.
I relocated and I got involved in the church, very much so, and I tried to help in the community. You know, I just did the best I could to be a good person. I was able to finally stop thinking about it.
It was a sad thing to me. There's a lot of history with Jimmie Stevenson. Jimmie is a police informant routinely. He engages in the most dangerous game you can play on the street, being an informant among people who hate informants. And yet in the end, he dies over 40 United States dollars at the hands of a teenager. Doesn't make much sense.